Hey guys, how are you and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to do one of your favorites, which is a project progress. If you see me with the same outfit that another video, I'm filming every time that I film 2 videos. Because when I have time, I have time. If you guys didn't know, it's my no buy year. So I'm going to leave the links of the no buy year intro video below. Every single video on this year is going to go on this list. And today is going to be a project progress. You guys love project progress. And there's sort of a shop my stash type of video where I show you products that I'm going to use throughout the month. Mostly powder products. And I'm going to show you products that I choose for the next month that I will just focus my attention on them from my collection to rotate my collection and use it more thoroughly. So if you want to see my review on the products that I chose for last month and the products that I'm using currently for the next month, then just keep on watching. I'm going to start with eyeshadow palettes, and the first two are from Juvia's Place. I have to say, I should have known, but the Masquerade palette, even though the formula is nice, because I don't find it to be sensational like everybody says, even though it's nice, these are not colors that I go to. These are just not colors that I go to, and these are all too reddish for my liking to mix with these colors. They're nice, but there's a lot of shades missing here in my opinion. This one, on the other hand, it's a palette that I think it's beautiful. I would like it to have a peachy medium shade for a transition, and that would make it even better for me. But I find them to be super buttery. I love that the pans are huge. This is a palette that I can use for everyone if I'm on a pinch. I'm doing makeup and I don't want to be grabbing in between palettes. This is a palette that I can use for everyone. It's just that good. This dark brown is almost a black and I really like it. The Warrior One palette, it's definitely a good palette from Juvia's Place, and it was a good way to try the formula. The Masquerade palette, the formula, maybe that's the mini, I don't know, but it wasn't as buttery as this one. These I prefer. Now for the Sultry palette, which was another pick for the month. I use this quite a bit. I use it on clients, I use it on myself. I did a lot of looks with rose quartz. Steampunk Tweak is amazing. I haven't used Cyborg that much, but it's a beautiful shade and super pigmented. I love that it has noir. I've used Birch a lot and Dystopian as well, Twig as well, Fresh as well. It's an overall good cool tone palette, but it's super wearable and it's amazing to do looks on clients and on myself. Like every day, it's beautiful. And I've used Bloom just to do like a pop of color, and it works wonderful as well. It's not the shade that I'm going to use the most, but I'm happy to have it because I don't have shades like that in my collection. So it's some sort of a new shade for my collection. But I have to say my favorite of the month was the Natasha Denona Gold. This palette, the formula, it's so comparable to the Sunset palette by Natasha Denona. It's, I think, the same formula. It's just beautiful. I love the different finishes. These palettes create sort of a lovely feeling inside of me because I love as a makeup artist to have different finishes to play with, different type of products, the thought that goes into creating these palettes, the different type and shades of gold, and just the ones that are toppers, the ones that are crystals, chroma crystals, the ones that are matte, satin mattes and stuff. It's just beautiful the way this blend. I loved using these two shades. I would have never gotten those shades as singles, but I've been reaching for them and actually enjoying them. I truly love just wearing the toppers all over the lid as a glow without any base, and they look amazing. Sort of like this color and this color, they're just stunning. That with my aviator readers, which are the glasses that I've been wearing because I'm old, those have been really nice. And for brides, this is beautiful as well. Of course, not the dark colors, but just a brown eye with a hue of gold and other shades that are not in this palette. It looks amazing. The browns are just so usable. I love the transitions. I love the dark brown. I think this is the best palette that I've gotten this year. And another one that I'm going to show you. This palette was the loveliest palette of the Project Progress, for sure. Every product I'm going to leave linked below. Let me know if you're in a no buy and you have to wait till next year to get it. But it's an amazing palette and I'm really happy that it's part of my collection. For blushes, I also have 4. The first one is one that I use for basically 2 months, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Chic to Chic Pillow Talk. This is a beautiful blush. It's just that I've been using it for 2 months. So I want to use something else right now. But the formula is nice. I love the sheen that it has. You know that it has like a lighter shade in the middle, like the nipple type of shade. It always gives sort of a glow to the cheeks as well as a blush, and that makes you look younger and radiant. So I really like this. I was thinking about purchasing like 10 of the formula, and that was before my no buy because I don't need any more blushes, but the formula is really nice. If you're looking to pick up a blush because you ran out of blushes or you just want a different shade in your collection, these are expensive, but they're pigmented, they're super soft, easy to blend, really nice. 2 that are discontinued but I love and they're still going strong. These are cream color blushes by NARS. They're not the liquid form that he came up with about a year ago. These are the cream ones. I have Penny Lane. This was my backup. And I know people hate backups, but I'm happy that I got a backup of this one because this is one of the best blushes I have ever used. This is basically matte with a hint of more pink on a cream form. It's the perfect granny type of shade, but it's just beautiful on the cheeks. I've been wearing it a lot. You can see the pan has looked better for sure. And it broke, of course. And on the first project pan that I did about a year ago, I actually finished one of these. So that's how much I love it. These I still have a backup of, but I love this color. I just need to wear cream blushes more. This is Cactus Flower. And this is a reddish type of shade with gold, with a gold sheen. And it's just stunning on the cheeks, on the face, on the lips. I love it. So I've been using it a ton as well. These I won't have in my project progress, but I will keep it on my everyday makeup drawer just to make sure that I use it from time to time. And the last blush was the best one that I used. It surprised me because the first time I got it, this was years ago, I loved it, and then I'm done with pink. I don't want anything pink, fuchsia or hot pink. I will have them just to collect them, but I'm not a pink person anymore. I'm corally, I'm orange, but I'm not pink. And it's Desire by NARS. This is by far my favorite blush formula. I have about 45 or 50 NARS blushes, and I'm never disappointed by one of them. Desire, the reason why I stopped using it is because it was pink, and now I love it because it is. So I started using it as a pop of color on just the apples of my cheeks, and then I started wearing it all over, buffing it, and I look super young and fresh and gorgeous. So I love this. I know I will reach for it more now that I rediscover it in my collection. I truly love this shade. It's a Barbie pink. It's not something subtle. You can actually see it on the skin, but it looks really beautiful on the cheeks. So I would highly recommend it. It's just a pretty, pretty pink. For highlighters, I had 3, and this one, I think it was my most used. This is Guilty by Marc Jacobs. This is the Omega Glaze. You can see in the center that I've used it a ton. This is super pigmented, beautiful as an eyeshadow, beautiful as a highlighter. The pigmentation is just perfection, and it's a beautiful gold. It goes well with the gold palette by Natasha Denona. It's that one right here. It's bronzy, and I was just rocking a tan because I went on a trip to San Andres and the tan lasted me for about 2 weeks. I was so tan. So yeah, so tan for me because I always burn, I never tan. And then I apply self tanner, so I was really the darkest that I can be, and these looked beautiful on my skin tone. And I love mixing highlighters like this with a bronzer or blush to just give it a glow, and it looks stunning. And I love the size of this. I truly love it. This highlighter I used as well. You can see that the pan has a different shade, and this is so different. This is like nothing else I have in my collection, and I love having products like that because I'm gonna use them for some reason. it's the only thing I can reach for. I wish it would have been gold, but I love that it's silver anyway. It looks beautiful, so wet on the collarbone. It looks amazing on the body. It looks amazing on the face. You look sort of wet. It's sort of more for pictures than real life, but I love rocking it in real life. But I used it on clients as well. It's nice. It's just different. I don't know if I would tell you to run to grab it, but if you are a makeup artist, this is a good choice to have for editorial type of makeup. It's just different. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks sort of wet. And those are glitters, speckles of glitters that are super tiny. It always looks sort of wet without a base. It's just stunning and expensive. This is the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats Diamond Bomb. And then this one I use the least, but it's not because it's not good. This is the Moonstone Shimmering Skin Perfector by BECCA. And I know I will pick this up again. This is my favorite highlighter formula. I love the Anastasia and Amarici formula. That's, I think, the top one. But the BECCA formula is the most consistent one and the one that I have the most shades of, and they never fail me. So I'm happy that I chose this for my project progress. I didn't reach for it as much as I should. I just feel these are too light for me. I don't know. I don't like super light highlighters and super dark. I like them to be just right. So this is subtle, good, beautiful, but I think I have to mix it with other shades. So I will maybe put it on my kit. This will be good for bridal, for brides that are a little bit lighter than me. I've used it before, so I guess I need to put my BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfectors from time to time on my kit rotation. For bronzers, I have 4, and the progress will amaze you. So the first one that I chose was Bali Sands by BECCA, and I'm about to finish this. So this is rolling over to the next project progress because I want to just get it out of my collection. Not because I don't love it, but because I have so much that I have to go through this year. So Bali Sands would be one of the first choices if I had no bronzers in my collection anymore. This is one of the best bronzers that I've tried. So beautiful, so blendable, so subtle, but so buildable. It's amazing. Another one that I work a lot to finish, and I love it, I fell in love with it, is the Bronzing Skin Perfector by BECCA. And this is basically a cream product. And I was using it as a primer for almost the entire bottle. It started making me oily and I was just hating it. And then, of course, I read the instructions and it says that you can use it underneath makeup by itself or on top of makeup. So I've been using it just to bronze my face before applying any powder products. And I love it. This way, I end up using less powder products, less bronzer, and I truly love the finish of it. I think it's discontinued because I was gonna just look for it just to link it for you guys and I couldn't find it. But if you can find it, the Bronzing Skin Perfector, and you're not that into powders but you love cream products, this blends beautifully. It stays put for a while on your face. It doesn't budge, it doesn't move, and it has sort of a glow and the perfect undertone. It's just really nice. I'm gonna show you with just a little bit because now I'm treasuring it. It's that shade right here. You can see that it's still sheer. It doesn't cover your skin completely, but it's just so stunning. This I'm gonna roll over to the next project progress as well to see if I can finish it, but I'm just in love with the product right now. And then last but not least, I have this palette, and you're gonna be amazed by the progress as well. This is the Kevyn Aucoin, the Contour Palette 4-in-1 Face Essential. And I added the contour powder and the bronzing powder in Desert Nights, both on my project progress, and I use them like crazy. I love this sculpting powder. I have it in another palette and I have the shade Light just to contour my nose, and I truly love it. So pigmented, so beautiful. It's just a shading color. It's not, it doesn't have any warmth to it. It's just to give dimension to the face. And then this is super warm and beautiful. Even when I would mess up on clients, because I use this on clients as well. When I would mess up on clients and the foundation was a little bit too light, I would buff this bronzy, yellowy, orangey color into the face if they were more tan. And it will look beautiful without damaging the foundation. The formula. It's really nice. And I ended up using also the highlighter and the blush, not as much as the bronzer and the contour shade, but I ended up using them. And I love this palette. Since I already hit pan, I'm gonna just put it on my kids and see what I can do with it this month. Since I'm having a lot of clients, maybe I can finish those shades and depart the other two, or just leave them there and finish them on my kit. And for foundation, I chose NARS Sheer Glow in the shade Ceylan, and this is beautiful, but I got dark. I had to start using also a Stromboli from the same line and mixing them depending on the skin tone that I had. I'm gonna just keep these two on the project progress for the upcoming month. These are the two first foundations that I want to finish for next year. And Ceylan is really low. Stromboli is right here, so it's halfway gone. I'm gonna really try and finish these two because I need to go through a lot of foundation for 2019. Two more products that I chose are MAC Prolongwear Concealer and the Makeup Forever Full Cover in number 5. I've used this one more than this one, but I have it right here, and since I'm getting lighter again, I will use this more because I have about 3 concealers that I don't like before I get to the 3 that I have that I actually like. But 2 of the ones that I love are too dark for me, so I need to mix them because I'm not as dark as when I got them. So yeah, these are really not my favorite. This is better than this one, but it's gonna be good to mix with the concealers that I love. So these were on my project progress. This was basically a fail, but these I really used. All in all, this project progress was pretty successful. I panned 3 products, huge pan on 3 products. I know how to finish a foundation, about to finish a liquid bronzer. I used all of my palettes. I really think the Masquerade was the one that I liked the least. I discovered my love for the gold palette, and I fell in love a lot with the ABH Sultry palette. And that's basically one of the few palettes that I have that's a cool tone. I really liked it and I loved it for my kit. I use cream products, which I never do, and I love the cream blushes. That's why they're staying in my everyday makeup drawer. And I found a love for pink blush again. So it's been all over a good project progress. So now let's go into the products that I chose for this upcoming month. So this month I'm gonna start with a new category, and it's gonna be a powder category. I'm gonna use Ethereal Light Ambient Lighting Powder, and this is basically a white powder, the lightest that comes in the Ambient Lighting collection. And I've been using this to set my under eyes. It's what I'm wearing today. I have to be careful with these powders. When I set my under eyes with this, my mascara tends to run a little bit. Another powder that I chose, that it's gonna be my powder to set my face until I finish it, because I don't know if I already posted it, but my inventory of powders is coming soon and it's crazy. So I really need to finish this. It's not because I want to, because this is one of my favorite powders, but it's already low. So I'm hoping that this month, using it every day, I will be able to go through it. And then these I need to play with and see if I want it in my collection. This is the Bobbi Brown Retouching Powder in the shade Pink. And this is practically new. I basically never used it. And it's a really pink powder, and I really need to see if it's gonna work for me or if it's better out of my collection. For foundations, on top of the 2 that I chose from NARS, one that was a rollover and the other one that's in a darker color, I need to finish the Illusion Foundation by Hourglass. This is basically a tinted moisturizer. It's more golden, so I will use it when I have self-tanner on. Maybe I will put some self-tanner today to see if I can just finish this before the year is over. This is a nice one, but to be completely honest, I was so in love with it for a long while. Then I don't know if my skin changed, but I'm getting way more oily than I need to when I wear this. So it's not my favorite anymore. But if you have a normal to dry skin, maybe combination, but not so oily in the parts where you're oily, this will be beautiful. It looks like skin. People tell you that you have beautiful skin when you're wearing it, but it doesn't last as long as it used to on my face, especially on my nose. It breaks up horribly. And I truly love this product. It's just that it's not as long lasting as I need it to be. So I will be repurchasing it. if I had to repurchase a tinted moisturizer eventually, like in 3 years, I would get the NARS Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. That one works wonders on my skin. For highlighters, I chose 3 highlighters. The first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood. These are beautiful. I don't know if they don't sell them anymore, but this is one of the best formulas that Anastasia makes. I don't like the palettes that they make. I have 2 because I've been given them as gifts, but they're not that amazing. The Amarizi, it's wonderful, and this formula is just out of this world. It's just so beautiful and dramatic. Another one that I have that's basically new, and I've been using it these past 2 days since I chose these products, is the Laura Geller Gelato Thrill in Ballerina. I've hit pan on Gilded Honey, which was the one that started all the crave for these products. But Ballerina, I bought it a while ago, and I'm not that into pink, so I don't know why I got it. I thought it was beautiful in store, and it turned out to be darker. So I'm gonna use this mixed with blush and see how I like it. But it's pretty. It's just not as beautiful as Gilded Honey for my skin tone and my preferences. And then last but not least, I chose Pearl by BECCA, and this is a super white highlighter. You can see it right there. This is gonna be a gray inner corner highlight, but I didn't want to choose any highlighter that looks similar to the other, so that if I'm looking for something when I'm creating a look, I can go to my stash for the month and I can actually find something that will match or mix and match to get it. And that way I can use all of the highlighters that I put in the Shop My Stash. So these I'm wearing today mixed with a little bit of the Anastasia one because I wanted to just not wear that much gold, but not that much white. For blushes, since I'm into pink again, I decided to pull out the Radiant Magenta by Hourglass. I haven't used this ever. Same with the other one that I have that's pink and similar to this one. So I wanted to start with this one and see how it goes, using it as if it was Desire by NARS. And then this one, it's my most recent Hourglass purchase. I bought it about 6 to 7 months ago. It's the shade Brilliant Nude, and this is the strobe lighting blush, because the other one, it's the ambient lighting blush, and this is more luminous. This is too glowy sometimes for me, and let me tell you, it's not because I don't love glowy skin, it's because sometimes glowy skin makes me more oily than I am. But I love the finish of it when I first apply it, but I already get oily without any help. So if I want to apply it on the apples of the cheeks and I get oily right here, it will look like my oil is expanding a little bit. So the shade is beautiful. I would love for it to be in this formula instead of this one, but it's just something that I want to use more. Again, with my NARS blushes, I chose Impassioned, and this I pulled out for a look that I did last month, and this is one of my favorite NARS blushes that I own. I thought that I needed to pull it back out to play with it because I really love it since I got it. The first month that I got it, I used it I think every day for a month, and this formula will last you forever, but they're really nice. I will keep purchasing NARS blushes for the rest of my life. I don't think I will need to though, but if I need to, I will purchase this formula. It's by far my favorite formula of blushes in the world. I have this one that it's been loved, and this is about my third one. This is Orgasm by NARS, and it has a pretty huge pan. The reason why I'm putting this here is because I have 2 of these blushes. One is on a palette, and then I have the single. Luster is the same thing, and I have a few that are like repeat shades that I have on NARS palettes, and I want to go through these single shades and keep the palettes and know that I have the colors without having repeats, but I don't really need to give them away because NARS blushes, I will go through them. I truly use them. I adore them. I have to make myself not use them and reach for other brands that I have because NARS blushes are just amazing. I've hit pan in a few of the shades and I'm obsessed with them. So I'm hoping that I can finish Orgasm. I don't think it will be this month, but for sure in the No by Year I will finish it. For bronzers, I told you guys that I'm going to keep my 2 BECCA bronzers from my last Project Progress, which are the liquid one, and Bali Sands, which is about to be over. And I'm also adding Aphrodite's Shell, And this is from MAC. It's the Extra Dimension formula. You guys know that I love this jelly type of formula. And this is gonna be a good one to go through after finishing that one. And then the Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer in the shade Sweet Tea is one of my favorite bronzers of all time. This is more luminous, so I don't go through luminous bronzers as much as I go through matte ones, but this is so stunning on the cheeks. It looks so stunning, and the two shades and everything, the packaging, I love everything about it. And then this, I think it's gonna be my next one to just show some love throughout the year. This is the Fantastic Omega Bronzer in the shade Coconut Perfect Tan. This used to be limited edition. I purchased it. I didn't want to go through it because it wasn't going to be permanent. Now it's permanent. And I will go ham with it because I love bronzer. Bronzer is the category of makeup in which I never feel guilt when I purchase them because I truly go through them. I have like 20 something bronzers. Most of them now are shimmery bronzers, which I'm not going to purchase anytime soon anymore, shimmery bronzers. But matte bronzers, I go through them. This year I think I went through like 5 or 6 bronzers, and you saw that I hit pan on 3 last month. So there's something that it's one of my most used makeup products and one of the fastest that I go through. And then last but not least, the palettes that I chose are just wonderful. The first one is an oldie but a goodie, and this is the Anastasia Prism palette. You guys know that I love Anastasia. It has a black, which I always love to add one palette on my Project Progress that has a black so that I can reach for it and be happy that I have it to create smoky eyes with any of the other palettes. I love that it has Throne, and I'm gonna be creating a look with this. I don't know if you guys will see me filming a video with this eyeshadow on, but it's just so pretty. It's just a green. It's so buttery and perfection. And it sort of has a black tint to it. It's just beautiful. The rest of the shades are really wonderful as well. I've been using them on my kids a ton. I love to use this one, this one, this one, this one. The only shade that I truly never use is Sphere, which is the neon one. Maybe I will create a look with it and see how it looks on the eyes. But I truly love every shade of this palette, and the formula is really buttery. I want to play with it more because these, I know I hit pan on it, but this is one of the few palettes of Anastasia that I haven't hit pan in more than one shade. Because Anastasia shadows, I always hit pan on a lot of shades. I use them a ton on myself and on my kids. They're just staples. The formula, I know how to work with it. It never fails me. Another palette that I couldn't leave outside because it's a new purchase for me, but I've used it a ton on my kids. This is the Huda Beauty Nudes, and this is the best palette that Huda Beauty has released. It's just beautiful, and I've used it so much since I got it. I have a 3-in-1 makeup look. I've used it on a ton of clients. When I don't know what to use, I go to it. It's just beautiful. People say like, I wasn't expecting for you to use purples. They look stunning. They look perfect. And this formula of eyeshadows, it's perfection. It's just flawless and buttery. So this is gonna be one of the palettes that I use for this month as well, and I'm gonna use it a ton more on myself. And then these two that I've been dying to use the entire month, but I was just focusing on the ones that I had on the Project Progress. These I have on my eyes today, and this is the Safari palette, and it's an all matte palette by Natasha Denona. I find the color scheme of this palette to be so good for creativity. It makes me want to create different looks. It makes me want to do crazy looks. I can't wait to play with Fata Morgana. It looks so stunning. Even Stone looks beautiful. Rhino, Savannah. These shades right here are just beautiful. I bet that if I open every other palette that I have, if I want to add a shimmer to a look that I create with this, I can. And these for bridal will be beautiful as well because these shades right here and these shades are just perfect for brides right here. They love warm tones. They love like browns. It's just a palette that will work for everyone. Do I need to say more? This is the Tropic palette by Natasha Denona. And this is what I was wearing on my rules video, the December check-in for my no-buy year. I was wearing this line right here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm obsessed with this. I love the setup of it. Like every look is a line. You get pops of color. The way these eyeshadows are made, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? This is just perfection. I love also that all these colors are everyday colors. Colors that I will use on everyone, and if they want a pop of color, I will use these. I created a look with this. I will insert a picture. I did a 3-picture line on my Instagram just using Senna. Everyone told me that the picture was amazing, that the makeup was insane, and it was just one eyeshadow. I died. It's just so stunning. So I truly love this palette. I think it's worth it. It took me a while to take the plunge because everyone was talking shit about the palette. But the truth is that I love Natasha Denona mattes, and most of that palette, it's the matte formula. And then the other ones are pops of color that I'm not gonna be using every day, but that are gonna be wonderful when I want to use them. Sort of like this one. And it has a topper. It has different formulas like always. Natasha Denona knows what to push when it comes to makeup artistry, and I love that about her. She's so creative, and I truly can't wait to create a lot of looks with this palette and the Safari one. Those are gonna be my main palettes for the month. So that's it, guys. If you enjoy Project Progress videos or shop my stash, let me know what you chose for your everyday makeup drawer this month, and tell me what you think of the products that I showed. If you love them, if you hate them, if you're eyeing them, if you're not purchasing them because you're in a no-buy, please also let me know in the comments below. And if you have a wish list or whatever you want to tell me in the comments below, I always answer. Thank you guys for your support so much. It means the world to me. And let's give this video a thumbs up. It will help me a ton. It will help my channel get discovered and people to go through this no-buy with me. It means the world. I thank you guys. I'm thinking that we're gonna hit 13,000 subscribers before the year is over, and that's another goal to reach. So thank you so much. I wouldn't be able to do this therapy for my no-buy if it weren't for you guys. So I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.